Hi, so this is my internship project. I decided to create a zine. You'll see my rationale inside the zine itself in just a second, but basically, I'm going to go through and read it, um, you know, leave time for you to look at the screen, look at the visuals, and everything. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So, this is called Archives with a stylized E as a 3. A Perzine by Ezra T. Wilson. Dot dot dot. So, why a zine? This personal zine, Perzine, is meant to highlight and reflect on my experiences as an intern at the FGCU University Archives and Special Collections during the fall semester of 2023. Out of all the materials I had the opportunity to work with this semester, the ones I connected with the most are zines. The DIY ethos of zines and the medium's prioritization of artistry, meaning, and advocacy over normative technical precision, for example, grammaticality, spelling, high art design conventions, charmed me immediately. Zines can be silly, sobering, heartfelt, untethered from or deeply in tune with reality, have their fingers on the pulse of an issue or miss the mark, and sometimes all of those things at the same time, and that's exactly why I love them. The unstructured informality of the zine format, if you can even call it that, as if it's one thing, allows me to record my experiences in a way that diverges from the norms of academia that I've been refining my writing to conform to for years, and it's fun to break the rules on purpose. I hope you enjoy my first attempt at zine making. Ezra, a little heart smiley face. So, about the author. Name Ezra Timothy Wilson. Institution Florida Gulf Coast University. Major English, being a Master of the Arts degree. Role University Archives intern. And a fun fact is that I started the semester with one pet millipede and ended the semester with two pet millipedes. Only one of them sprays defensive fluid on me when I pick her up, so that's half of a win. Post graduation plans, working part time at the archives, this time getting paid because I finally found something I actually like doing and people who appreciate me for what I can bring to the special little community of archivists here. Thank you all again so much. That's not written down, but I really appreciate all of you. Anyway, second bullet point, taking a course in instructional design from the College of Education as a non degree seeking student so I can continue learning as I am interested in the design of pedagogy and believe the course material will be helpful in preparing me for my desired career as an archivist and librarian who wants to learn more about creating engaging and effective learning environments. End quote. AKA, so I can live in cheap university housing for one more semester. Sunglasses, emoji, smiling. But also all that earlier stuff too, unironically. Maybe going for my MLIS so I can continue in academia, but it would have to be a program that pays me rather than the other way around because I refuse to end up with student debt. I've come this far, I don't want to get it now. And here's a little picture of me when I was on a Halloween hike with some friends. I thought it was kind of demonstrative of my vibe for an author page. So, yeah. All right, moving on to next page. My first project, Students and Seniors. So, my first project at the archives was satisfyingly methodical. I had to convert some files to PDFs and remove personally identifying information like addresses, rename the files according to a standardized scheme, re upload the files, and then create metadata for them so that they could be uploaded to Digital FGCU. It was a happy coincidence that the subject of my first archives project was Students and Seniors, a club that I happen to be the treasurer of. Students and Seniors is a service learning organization that started up during the COVID-19 pandemic. FGCU students work on letters, drawings, etc., and those creations are delivered to senior citizens in nearby nursing homes and assisted living facilities. The files I was preparing were letter and multimedia submissions from students in past semesters. It was very sweet getting to read the students' friendly words and get a little peek into their lives as a side effect of skimming their writings for personally identifying info. After a bit, I'd start to recognize recurring characters, like when the same student would mention their family member or pet across multiple letters. And then down here, I've included the link to the Students and Seniors Digital FGCU collection from our Nest to Theirs. And yeah, so this is my little meme spread. I made these both myself based on my experiences at the archives. In defense of silverfish, they are not aware of their crimes. They are simply little guys. Tiny man. Please be nice to me. I didn't mean to eat it, your rare book from the 1800s. Look at him. He's very kind and sweet. Full of love to give. Totally not hampering preservation efforts by eating paper. Why would he ever do that? Why? He is beautiful. I know that I won't have the dedication to grab them and take every single one downstairs if I ever find them, but like, look at those eyes. Precious. Anyway, next one. Thing I've used to hold the back door of the archives open so I can run to the bathroom without getting locked out. Flattened boxes, stack of post-it notes, and doorstop, my beloved. I love this thing so much. It's so much easier. I didn't know we had a doorstop for a few weeks, so I was straight up just like using. You guys had some cardboard boxes, so I was like just they were in the door, so I could like run and come back. But the doorstop. When I realized we had that, golden. Okay, so on to the more serious stuff again. Okay, so mystery boxes. You see suspicious investigative emoji. I have some little screenshots from Vic's list of the fall 2023 UA projects, and the first time I saw this with it saying like mysterious boxes in President's collection, what are they? What's in them? Why? So, my favorite project this semester, multiple projects within a project really, was unpacking and dealing with the contents of two mysterious boxes in the vault. After investigating, I realized the boxes basically fell into these categories: miscellaneous FGCU stuff spanning the decades of the school's existence. Like, there was a lot of stuff in there, like, related to the, what is it called, WCI Green Building. There were, like, course catalogs. That one really funny photo of the president, but I'll get to that. That shows up later in the zine, stuff like that. And then the other category, a bunch of donor records and other stuff from the old USF campus that used to be in Fort Myers before FGCU was established. So, fun fact: as a result of a letter in the donor records box, I learned that allegedly some Tampa USF faculty commuted to the Fort Myers campus in this sick custom bus with built-in desks. I still haven't found a photo of it yet, but I hope one exists somewhere. And then I also found way too many photocopied checks with account and routing numbers and everything. No wonder people end up with their identities stolen. Yeah, I still have those, set aside to, we'll deal with them. But yeah, there's way too many. Um, so, moving on to the next page, I have a notable find here that I found in the USF box, the USF Fort Myers box. It's a this poem that a USF Fort Myers alumnus wrote about the school. It's just a snippet. The full thing is a full 11 stanzas, and I put that I really appreciated his dedication. I'm not gonna like read the full thing here, but it's written by Charles Bart, class of 1982. I don't know. I think it's pretty cute. There's a part of it that's cut off, but that I thought was interesting because it ends up relating back to the little fun fact I had on the previous page. But apparently, some faculty would also fly in, so that was interesting. Like, he mentions, like, I think he said like municipal airport or something. Like, there was it might have even been before RSW. You know what, I should check that before I'm saying it out loud. But anyway, I just thought it was really interesting that even as I was putting the scene together, I was like, oh hey, these two things are actually related in terms of that transportation. But yeah, I feel like that's really shows how interesting it is just working in archives and all of the little things that I've been finding out about the local area that I wasn't aware of before. Like, I had no idea that there was a USF campus down here before FGCU, but yeah, I don't know. It's been really cool. All right, so here's my social media showcase pages. So these are my Instagram posts on the official at FGCU Archives account, plus some of my favorite comments. I'm especially proud of how much the Crunchy Cat post blew up, and then I did a little smiley face here. But yeah, so on this first page, I have the post. This is the photo I was referring to earlier with President Merwin and President Clinton. That's just there with no context. And then I, asked people, like, what do you think they're saying to each other? Wrong answers only. And this one was my favorite. That Mr. Clinton, a kiss right here in front of everyone. I love it. It's so funny. And then I did like the first half of my two-parter post on this page to kind of mimic the actual two-page format of the zine, like the, a silly like priceless artifacts, unpaid internship parallel meme thing, and then adapting that Tumblr post, and then the POV, you were watching footage of me skedaddling away with a local cult drum, and I really liked Liv's comment, he jingles away sadly, so I put that here, because whenever I think of this post, I just think of Liv's comment. And then that comment from this person, this is the best meme in my life, about my bone crunching cat meme, like that, truly an accomplishment. I feel blessed. But yeah, and here, the post itself, the one I am the most proud of, me when I find the hidden snacks in the vault. And then you'll just have to imagine the bone crunching noises. Apparently there is a way for me to embed audio in this zine, but I don't think I could time it properly, so I wanted to avoid having just like cat crunching noises come up in the middle of this presentation. But yeah, here's my little social media pages. Okay, and these were my thoughts on the exhibit. So, the They Were Children Rescues Resistance exhibit is powerful beyond words. I suspect the longer I work in archives, the more I'll be able to look at this retrospectively and truly realize the amount of work that went into it. I get the distinct sense I'm not aware of it fully. The other day, there was a student in the exhibit taking his time just looking around and processing everything. At one point, he had a question for me. Why did the Nazis hate the Jews? I was so taken aback, but I tried my best to answer. There's a long history of scapegoating Jewish people. Hate is complicated. They didn't have a good reason, but when we're taught that people are different from us and that because of that they're scary, it becomes easier to dehumanize them, etc. The fact that this student was genuinely puzzled as to why in the world someone would ever hate a group of people so vehemently literally moved me to tears after he left. I realized it was hard to answer because there isn't a reason, really, just rationalizations for an irrational hatred. It seems obvious, but it really, really got to me. I am constantly amazed by students' ability to ask the most poignant questions in their naivety. So, yeah, I'm actually glad that I forgot to tell any of you guys about this encounter I had until I found myself like creating the zine. But oh, okay, sorry, destroyed the mood by flipping back on that page. But yeah, yeah, I totally cried after this one student came in. Like, up until then, I hadn't, like, I'd felt the power of the exhibit, but nothing had brought me to tears. And just something about that student's simple question really, really, I think, just emphasized the importance of what we're doing by putting this information out there for people so they can just see it. I don't know, it hit like really hard, and I wanted to end on that note, basically. Yeah. And as you can see, I tried to, do things thematically. Like I did a little scribbly Alps down here, and then a few little children. Um, and I did like red, to try to fit the theme of the exhibit. But yeah, and this last page is just a dot dot dot. Thanks for reading. That like matches the dot 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 on the inner cover, the ellipses, and then back cover is this. It's a zoomed in version of the front cover. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Um, this is available to be flipped through. I'm going to put the link in the description. The page is restricted. Um, so basically, there's a password. I'll put the password in the description too, but it's just archives, all lowercase. And yeah, that's that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed.